Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be covering the IPV Mini 2. We're going to go over its features, what it comes with in the box, and what you'll need to purchase separately, how you use it. So let's get started. A little bit about the IPV Mini 2 is it ranges from watts, so you can adjust how much watts you want to use it at. It ranges from 5 watts all the way up to 70 watts. The IPV Mini 2 is an upgraded version of IPV Mini 30 watts, it's an upgraded version, so it allows you to go up to 70 watts, and it has a newer chip, so it allows you to use tanks with a resistance as low as 0.2 ohms. The size is the same as the IPV Mini 30 watts. In the box comes the mod, the IPV Mini. It comes with a charging cable. It comes with an instruction manual. The only thing that it does not come with is an IMR battery. So you will need to purchase an IMR battery. The size of the IMR battery that you'll need is an 18650 IMR battery. So it doesn't come in the box. Be sure to either get one when you purchase the IPV Mini, unless you already have one. You don't need an IMR battery charger because there is a built-in charging port on the IPV Mini, so the cable that it comes with, you can use that. It doesn't come with a wall adapter, so you will need a wall adapter if you plan on charging it by plugging it into the wall and not your laptop. It does have a 510 threading. That's a pretty standard threading, and something else that it has that's unique is this right here. I'm sure everybody knows who's used mod now that there are little connection pins in there, but this has a floating pin. So what that basically means is as you tighten your tank, it's going to push the pin down. When you loosen your tank and take it off, the pin's going to come back up. Then you tighten your next tank, or the same one again, as it tightens, it's going to push it down. When you loosen it, it's automatically going to come back up. So it avoids the hassle of taking a flathead screwdriver with like some mods and loosening it so it sits up or a little higher. It's basically done automatically. It has a visual operating system and LED system. We're going to go over that. The loading resistance for the tanks. So with this IPV Mini 2, it allows you to use tanks as low as 0.2 ohms and as high as 3.0 ohms. And the voltage, it ranges from 3.6 volts to 8.5 volts. Something else that's cool about this is it has a low voltage protection. It has a reverse battery protection, so if you put the battery in backwards, it's not going to short it out or anything like that. So it's a very cool mod. The price when you buy it is probably going to range from like 140 to 150, 160, but it's worth every single penny. It allows you to, with some mods that don't have variable voltage, they work great for drip tanks, but they don't work good for regular atomizers. Since it does have variable voltage, it's perfect if you want to be using a regular atomizer or a drip tank or a tank meant for essential dry herbs or wax. So to put the battery in, what you do is you grab this little chrome cap, and you'll notice the chrome cap has a bunch of these holes. They're meant as air holes, so they vent the heat from the IMR battery once it's in outwards, so the heat doesn't stay contained within the device itself. So you grab it, you rotate counterclockwise. We're going to put our battery in. Again, the size of the battery that you need is 18650. We're going to close it back up. So after you put your IMR battery in, what we can do is we can take our tank. Now this tank has a male 510 threading, and you can screw it right in there. And again, it has the floating pin, so it's automatically going to adjust how far in it needs to sit. Once I have that in, I can turn it on, and the way you turn it on is you hit the power button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to give you a little greeting that's going to say IPV Mini 2. And it's on. So if I hit the plus button, it has 5 user settings: M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. And again, each user setting is different. So what's the advantage of 5 user settings? It has multiple advantages. So for example, if you use it with a friend or a brother or a family member and each one of you likes a different user setting, one advantage is you can have it for that. Other advantage, which I think is the most beneficial for, is most people who drip also have a regular tank that they use when they're driving or going to work, and they might also be essential herb or essential wax product users. So let's say I have a tank, an atomizer, that I use that when I go to work or something, or when I drive, or when I go camping, I don't want to be actively dripping, I can have a lower watt setting for that. Let's say when I am in the mood for dripping and I want to enjoy the process of vaping, I can have another higher watt setting for that. Let's say I have an e-nail that uses essential wax products and it needs even a higher wattage setting, I can have one user saved for that. So the 5 user settings is going to be great if you use different types of atomizers or different type of attachments, because you can have it basically saved. So let's look at that again. The way you cycle through them is by hitting the plus key. And let's say I wanted to use it in the first user setting, I would leave it there. And the way you do it is, again, the plus key, not the minus key. And I would just hold down the power button and you can hear it cracking, sizzling. If I wanted to use the higher setting, there you go. You see the cracking or the sizzling sound basically just increased by a lot. If I wanted to use it in the third user setting, so basically use the plus button to go to whatever user setting it is that you want to use, and just hit the power button. Now what do you do if you want to change the user setting? So let's say I feel 7 watts is not high enough on the M1 user setting. I want to bring it down to I want to bring it up to 10 watts. So you go to the user setting M1, then you hit the minus key, which allows you to change the wattage. Now I can hit the minus key to bring it down, or the plus key to take it up. So let's say I want to take this to 10. I'm going to take it to 10, or you can hold the plus button, which will do it a lot faster. And now once I've got to 10, I'm going to hit the fire or the power button right there. And now I'm going to hit the plus key to cycle again through the user settings. And before, the M1 used to be 7. Now it's 10. Let's say now the M2, I want to bring it down to 14 watts. So I'm going to go find M2 right there. I'm going to hit the minus key, which brings it into a mode that's editable. And now I'm going to bring it down to 12.5, and I'm going to hit the fire button, and it's going to remember it right there. Let's say I think I made a mistake. I want to take it back to 15. So I find M2 again, I hit the minus key, which allows it to go into a mode where you can make edits, and now I hit the plus key. So we go find M2, hit the minus key, now hit the plus key, and I decide I want to leave it at 15. I hit the fire button. Now I'm going to scroll through again just to make sure it saved it. So M1 we made 10, M2 is back up to 15. So that's how you make changes. And you'll notice as I'm doing it, there's voltages on the top and resistance on the bottom. So you have 15 watts, you have 5.3 volts, and it shows you the ohms on the bottom, 1.9 ohms, and it also shows you the battery being used and the watts. You got the watts, you got the voltage, you got the resistance on the bottom, and it also shows you the battery consumption. So that's how you use the IPV Mini. It allows you to have different settings for different products, different attachments. And once you're done using it, when you want to turn it off, you get the power button and you hit it 5 times. And it'll tell you system off, so it's turning off. This is a great product. Allows you to use drip tanks, different attachments for essential herbs, essential waxes, It's a great little device, and basically, this is an all-in-one. If you get this, you don't need to worry about buying a Ego battery, buying a mod battery, buying this battery. This is all you really need. So it's basically an investment, and it's a great investment. So when you get a chance, do check this product out. It's called the IPV Mini 2.